Yeah, I think it's working already. So, yes, officially, good evening, guys. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, guys, here from TNT. My name is Solon. I am your host tonight. And wow, today is a very nice day, at least here. I live in São Paulo, it's a hot day. It was kind of raining. We had kind of a storm, but then it stopped and it's really hot right now. Let me just do one thing real quick here. Yes, that's it. So, yeah, I think that's it. So please introduce yourself. Let's start with you, Felipe. Say your name. Where are you from? What brought you here tonight to speak English? Tell me. Go ahead, please.
Okay, guys, good evening. My name is Felipe Lira. I am 46 years old, and currently I'm living in Recife. Uh, it's raining a lot at the moment
Nice.
here.
But it's hot, I suppose.
Yes, it's hot, but when rainy, the city uh, it's completely stopped because a lot of flood here.
Yes.
And I'm married, I have one daughter. I work with information technology. I'm here in Talking Talk to improve my speaking skill, mainly because
Okay.
I tend to work in a company that when I can speak English all the time.
Okay, that's good, man. That's good. So welcome. I hope you enjoyed the conversation tonight. Let's hear from you, Jesse. Please introduce yourself. Where are you from? What brought you here tonight? Go ahead.
Okay, hello guys, good evening. My name is Jesse. I live in south of Brazil. I live with my wife in a city called Novo Hamburgo, near to capital. And I'm here because new year, new goals. And this year I have a big goal in English. I need to improve a lot, and you guys will help me to improve my English.
Okay, that's nice. Welcome, Jesse. I hope you enjoyed the conversation tonight. And I think we have a new person here. I think it's Katarini Ornelas. Katarini, please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, good evening. I'm Catherine. I live in Rio with my mom and my sister. I don't have kids yet, just a dog. And I work with education, I think. And that's it.
Okay, nice. Is it your first time here, Katarini? Because I don't quite remember your name.
No, it's not my first time. I'm a host too.
Oh, nice, nice. Which day are you a host and what language?
English, Monday,
In English? Mondays. At what hour?
5 p.m.
Okay, nice. Promote yourself, girl. Tell us your immersions on Mondays, okay, in English. Go ahead.
Okay, guys, you are invited to my immersion on Monday, 5 p.m. So.
Okay, that's good, girl. That's very good. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Before we start, guys, I'm going to explain a little bit how Chinchi works, all right? Because here we have a lot of experienced people, but we are also live on YouTube. So maybe the people from YouTube may not know what Chinchi is about, all right? So Chinchi is basically a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. I'm going to remind you guys, this is not a class, this is just a place where you practice English in a real environment. How does it work? I bring a topic and we have a few questions related to this topic and we are going to discuss around it. Our philosophy here is speak up. So please, please, please share your opinion, give your true comments and be respectful with the others. All right. As you can see, we are live on YouTube. If you want to have access to more conversations or even classes, all you need to do is go to talkandtalk.com.br. All right. Is that understood? Very nice, guys. So, especially tonight, we're going to talk about sports. I don't know why I got this vibe, but at the beginning of this year, I set a goal for me. I was going to learn how to swim, because I don't know how to swim, and I think it's a very practical and good exercise. So, tell me, I'm going to start with you, Felipe. Do you like sports? Do you practice sports regularly? What sports are you a fan? What sports you don't like at all? Tell me, go ahead.
Yes, I like so much sports. When I was young, I was a football player.
Football player, really
Yeah.
nice. Like professional.
No professional, but sub 18, sub
Okay,
18,
nice. Nice, very nice.
and I have participated in the championship, the
Yes,
Pernambucano,
championship. Yeah.
the Pernambucano football, and that's it. I like so much, not only football, but all kind of sports I like.
Okay, nice, nice. But what about nowadays? Because you said when you were young, you used to be a player, but what about right now, man? Do you practice any sports?
Yes, right now because my news is with problem, it's not the
Okay,
same. My news is not the same. I practice, I don't know,
functional
exercise,
training? Yes,
functional training at the beach, in the beach, and 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
Three
Nice.
times a week, and 2 times a week I go to the gym to do a strong exercise, to gain
Yes,
strong muscle, That's it.
yes, yes, for sure. So, would you say you are an active person, like someone who goes out and do a lot of outdoor stuff?
Yes,
Okay.
outdoor. I prefer outdoor exercise.
Okay, that's nice, man. Very nice to hear that. I'm curious about you, Jesse. I don't know. You seem the kind of guy that works a lot, so I don't know. Do you practice any sports? What do you do?
Yes, for me, sports are essential in my life. Nowadays, I prefer go to the gym and I try run, but it's hard because I don't like, So I try sometimes, like one time per week, and but I was a volleyball player in
Volleyball player,
the
nice.
past, yeah, and I hurt my knees too, so nowadays I need to avoid some kinds of sports.
Okay. But you use it to be like a professional football volleyball player. How was it for you?
Yeah, yeah, professional.
Whoa, man, really nice, really nice. Come on. A lot of ex-athletes here, Felipe, Jesse. I'm curious about you, Catherine. Tell me.
Hmm. Sorry. In
Yeah,
my
don't
case,
worry.
in my case, I already practiced swimming. And
Swimming, nice.
some years ago. I really liked swimming. I really wanted to come back, but nowadays I live in a place that is a little far from the place that have a pool, so it's not easy to me. So nowadays I just go to the gym for 4 days a week, and
Yes.
I go to the Zumba too, 2 days a week. Actually, I come back now to the Zumba dance. That's the reason my camera is closed, because I'm destroyed. And I really like to run skating too. So normally I go to the other place, because not a certain place that I run skating. So normally we just met and praise our route.
Yes.
So 2 days a week.
2 days
So
a week.
yeah,
Nice, nice.
that's it.
I forgot. Where are you from, Catarina? From São Paulo?
Rio.
Rio. Nice,
Mm-hmm.
nice. Because here in São Paulo, we have
Yeah.
Parque Ibirapuera, and a lot of skaters go there, like a lot of people,
Yeah.
big groups. It's something very
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I make a part of a group here, and I really want to go one day to São Paulo because there is two important events there. One is Urbana Amizade, And the second one is the night roller skating, because everybody using, lights in the
Yes.
wheels, and it's very, very nice. So I really want to go one day.
Okay, very different, but very nice, very nice. I like that. So let's go to the next one. It's question number two. I'm going to continue with you, Catherine. So tell me, you said you go to the gym. Jesse said he goes to the gym. Felipe said he goes to the gym. So why do you think people do this? It's something about building self-esteem, it's something about personal appearance, it's something about our health. How does this sport in specific relate to our life, or at least for you? Tell me.
I think this is essential for the health, but in my case, it's for the health.
It's for the
Because
health, come on.
yeah, no, in my case, I didn't practice this kind of thing, gym, and I went to the doctor doing exam, and my exam is not so good, the LDL, I think it's that, the
LGL.
cholesterol.
Yes.
It is not good, and my doctor said, "Oh, you need to practice gym. You need to go to the gym." Actually, she gave me two options: run and go to the gym, but I hate run. So, yeah, I go to the gym, and nowadays I think it's almost 1 year that I frequent gym. So yes, it's good. I like it.
Okay, okay, interesting, interesting. You said you hate running, so that reminded me of Jesse. Go ahead, Jesse. What about you, man? Why do you think people go to the gym? Is for physical appearance, for health, for medical recommendations? What's in your case, for example?
I think it's both. In my case, I I need sports in my life, so uh, go to the gym is easier because I can practice when I have time. And for example, if you want like to play soccer, you need a team or a group, So
Yes.
it's harder to have time for that. And go to the gym, I think, is the uh, easier sports that you can practice in your days because you can have a flexible schedule, and in just 1 hour you can uh, do your train and go home.
Okay, very practical, I suppose.
Yeah,
Nice. Interesting. What about you, Felipe? Tell me, you are a very active man. You do a lot of things. You used to be a pro football player. Tell me, why do you go to the gym?
Uh, we go to the gym mainly because when we are getting old, we're losing our muscles, the strong, and we go to the gym to feel good, feel good, strong, and keep my body functional when I can jump, running, goes down, up. So that's it. It's to keep my body functional and how can I say I don't know say vigor in English. I don't know say how can I say that like be a uh, oh my God, I
I
forget
have no
the
idea. I have to Google this because it's very
yeah,
specific, you know?
it's like a cardio. I like to do cardio exercise to breathe better, sleep better, think like that.
Okay, nice, nice. Talking about this, I remember that in the games, when the character is tired, when he's tired, we say
Mhm.
that he lost his stamina, So I think it would be similar to having vigor, It's not exactly
Yeah.
the same, but I think it's correlated at least. So
I
having
I
some stamina.
I use some supplemental as well, because it's important.
Really?
Yeah, like
Okay.
uh, creatina and whey protein, things like that. It's
Okay.
good.
Nice, nice. So let's go to the next one. And this one I'm going to go with you, Jesse. Nowadays we have a lot of mix between pro athletes and the media, you know. So sometimes we get a little bit confused, like, oh, is this really healthy? Or is just a pro athlete like making a commercial for that? So what's your opinion about this mix? Like having pro athletes, people that are very popular for being healthy, at least, and they have a lot of digital influence on the market, you know. So what's your opinion about that? How do you see this? Do you follow any influencer? Do you try to keep on the trends? How do you deal with that?
Do you talk when they share our opinion about supplements or something like that, or some
Yes,
product?
and also when they do some marketing, you know, like for example, I'm not sure if that is really health or he's just being paid to do that. You know, I can't find the correct correlation between that. How do you think about it?
I think is the marketing, you know, and the people follow because they like, or, when uh, the athletes sharing their opinion. But I don't like so much. I prefer search by myself and see a lot of points of views. So I prefer that way. I don't look like Instagram or something like that for buy something, you know, because
Yes.
I know that they are receiving money for share their opinion. So for me, this does not work well. And yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, and you don't follow any like athlete influencer or any, I don't know, healthy influencer, you don't follow them on social media.
Well, only one, I think, Rafael Brandão, but I like they have a supplements brand that uh, he received for sharing their opinion, but I don't buy because they share uh, his opinion. You know, like for me, I buy sometimes uh, the supplement that is the lowest price or something like that, or I search in the Google. So for me, that's it's not like a big difference if they share or not their opinion.
Okay, okay. So you're not influenced by these influencers, right? Nice, very nice. Let's hear from you, Felipe. What about you? Do you keep up with the news on the social media? Do you follow any pro athlete that is also an influencer or something like that? How does it work for you?
Yes, I follow some athletes and pro athletes in Instagram to see tip, tip,
Some tips? Yes.
some tips and what the correct way to do exercises because I think the personal training is expensive in my in Recife. You know, the hour of personal training I think it's expensive, and because of
Yes.
that I see some videos on Instagram, and the fashion now is calisthenia and CrossFit. You know, a lot of
Oh,
people
yes.
do this kind of exercise. I like calisthenia, but I don't have, how can I say, the way to do yet. You know, I'm a beginner, but I like this kind of exercise because we use the weight,
The body weight?
the
Yes.
body weight, you know. That's it.
Yes, nice, nice. And what about your supplements? Because you said you take some creatina, you take some whey protein. So do you choose by yourself or you Google like, oh, is this athlete using this brand? So I'm going to buy this brand too. How does it work for you? In Jesse's case, for example, he said he buys the cheapest one and that's okay for him. What about you, man?
Yes, I have some friends that practice uh, physiculturism. I think something like
Yes,
that.
bodybuilding, yes.
Bodybuilding, yes. And he helped me with what this supplement is better or no. That's it. I use a simple, no, I don't use a strong uh, supplement. It's simple, only to whey protein and creatine and vitamins. That's it.
Okay, very simple. Nice.
Mhm.
I'd like to hear from you, Catherine. What about you, girl? Because you started soon, like going to the gym, doing some Zumba. Do you follow any influencers of these areas? How is your relation with this?
I'm like Felipe because I'm just following some influence that pass the correct way to training. So just this kind of influence. And
Okay,
I've never ever uh used some supplements. So
supplements, yes.
yeah.
Okay, but why? Are you afraid or you just don't care or you think it's like you don't need to use them? Why you've never used it,
I
supplements?
think I just don't care about it. I don't
Okay,
worry about that because, like I said before, in the beginning, I start to go to the gym because I have the health issues. But
yes,
nowadays, I keep go to the gym because I feel um less anxious. So
less anxious.
yeah, so it's not it's good, of course, the static, but it's not my goal, you know. So
Okay, nice, nice. So let's go to the next one, guys. I'm going to start with you again, Catherine, because you said like you didn't like before, but now you go. Do you consider that doing exercise is part of your leisure time, or it's part of like your routine? It's an obligation you need to do. Like, do you do these exercise because you need or because you want? It's a mix of both. Like how does it work for you?
it's like a mix because when I go to the gym, I don't like to no, I'm not a kind of person that put the earphone and don't talk to anyone. I like
Yes.
to talk to everybody there, you know. And yeah, but I consider go to the gym like something that I need to do in my
Yes. An
routine.
obligation then?
Yeah, it's almost the obligation. But rolling skating is the opposite because I really like to rolling skating and I feel free. So when I practice the sport, so it's a leisure time.
Okay, nice, nice. Let's hear from you, Felipe, because you do a lot of exercise outdoors. You like doing some functional training. So what's the relation of sports and leisure in your daily life?
Leisure, what does leisure mean, my friend?
Oh, it's like tonight I'm going to the cinema, is my leisure time. If I'm going to take a walk on the beach, is my leisure time, you know? Is everything that I do just for pleasure, just for spending
Oh,
time, like reading a book, I don't know, riding a bicycle, things like that, you know?
okay. I think it's a heavy relationship between sports and leisure time. Uh, how can I say? When I'm going to the gym, it's a leisure time, you know. It's a pleasure to me go to the gym. So
Okay.
for
You
me,
have no problem like waking up early, going to the gym,
no,
you
wake
just
up
go and
early.
that's it.
No, wake up
Okay.
early. No, I don't like to wake up early to do exercise. I prefer to do exercise in the afternoon or at night. I
Okay.
I don't feel better when I'm not a morning guy, you know. I'm
Yes.
because of that. Uh, go to the gym is not a bad thing to me. I don't go to obligation. I go to because I like to do exercise. So it's my leisure time as well.
Okay, nice. And what about you, Jessette? Tell me. Like nowadays, you said you are going more to the gym. Like, do you still play volleyball, for example, or that's over?
No, that's over. Last year I tried and I broke my leg. So
Really? Your leg?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
in
I
the
remember the first times you came there to my immersion, you said that you had a problem with your leg. I remember
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that. Come
And
on, man.
nowadays I I prefer don't try again, make the same mistakes. I prefer try make other mistakes. But
Okay, that's good.
yeah, I like to go to the gym. For me, it's a pleasure. It's not a obligate because uh, I try to go like every day in a week, Sundays too,
Sundays too,
because
like 7 days a
yeah,
week.
7 days a week. Yeah, just because I like and I feel better. And it's special when we ate something that's not good for our health and go to the gym is better because your mind works well. So for me, it's for pleasure.
Okay. Whoa, man. So I'm thinking here, you look like a very active person, like going to the gym 7 days a week. When you broke your leg, you must become crazy, because you couldn't do anything. How was this time for you?
Yeah, but it's not the first time. I broke both legs and I broke my both arms too in the past. So
Come
for
on, man.
me,
What's happening to you?
yeah, I practice a lot of sports in my life, like bicycle and motorcycle when I was a teenager. So I I fell down and I broke my legs too and my arms too. So
Oh, come on, man.
yeah,
Like
it's normal.
motocross and stuff like that?
Yeah, motocross. Yeah. But
Okay.
nowadays I can't. I don't like that's happened because I'm working and I need to go to the office, so it's hard because you can't go to the office if you have muletas.
Yes,
You
that's true.
stay home and sometimes you need to. I don't remember se encostar.
Yeah.
You can't work, so nowadays I prefer don't try this type of thing.
Okay, you play safe right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, man. You need to be careful. Come on, man. You broke both of your arms, both of your legs. Very, very hard, this situation. Okay, so let's go to the next question, guys. This one is a little bit about political, but also about sport. For example, I don't know if you saw, but I think at the end of last year, we had how can I say that in English? American football match here in Brazil, like football americano, that other, not soccer, the other sport. And I don't know, I think it's getting very popular here in Brazil because a lot of friends of mine tried to go to this game and it was like sold out. There were no more tickets to anyone. And I was thinking to myself, this is not a very popular sport in Brazil. Basically, we like soccer, maybe some volleyball, maybe, I don't know, Formula One, something like that. But American football, it was so popular here. So, how do you think that globalization is helping us to get to know other types of sports, other kinds of activities? Let's start with you, Catherine. Have you ever tried a different sport that's not so traditional in Brazil? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Never.
Yeah, you have a host here in Talk Talk that she practiced a kind of sport that is very similar to golf. I think it's that. So she's very very cool, but I didn't practice something like that.
Okay, nice, nice. But one interesting thing, Catherine, is that sometimes we don't realize, but you said you practice Zumba. And Zumba is not from Brazil. I think it's from Colombia. and it became very popular in jeans, you know. So it's interesting to see this kind of things.
Yeah, interesting to notice that. Yeah.
Yes, because
Good.
yeah, things become so popular that we just think, oh, it's just like that. But no, you know, like Zumba, for example, is from Colombia. It's something very different, mix a little bit of exercise with dances. So it's different. You do something that's not from Brazil due to globalization, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see this. Let's start with you. Let's go with you, Felipe. What about you? Have you ever seen or tried to watch or practice a sport that's it's not so popular here, but became popular due to globalization?
No, I have never practiced this kind of sport. Uh, I only practice football, volleyball, but because the globalization and internet, as you said, now we can watch others kind of sports around the world, you know. Uh,
Yes.
I remember one, it's like it's in the Asian sports. It's like a footvolley, footvolley,
Yes.
but it's like a the ball is like a peteca in English. It's so interesting because the it's both flexible, you know, the
Yes.
ball is very flexible. And as you said, we have a chance now because the internet and globalization to see other kind of sport and exercise around the world, mainly in Oriental. I like so much Oriental exercise and
Okay.
sport because Oriental is, I don't know, but it's different, you know. The Oriental population take care of the health life. I don't know. I
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like China, you know. It's kung fu, things like that.
Yes, I know what you mean. For example, I live near a park here in São Paulo. And on this park, every day in the morning, a group of very old people, like they get together with like a leader, is an Asiatic leader, and they do Tai Chi, you know, Tai Chi? And
Yes,
they do like, it's a big group, and they do every single morning, every single day, they do Tai Chi together, you know? So
yes, nice.
it's interesting to see that.
Mhm. There is other people. I don't know, like Pilates, it's Oriental, but
Pilates, nice.
this kind of exercise, Oriental exercise.
Yes, nice. And one other thing that I know that became very popular here in São Paulo. Maybe you saw that too in your cities, guys. Is beach tennis, you know? Beach tennis became so
Yeah,
popular here. I don't know
yeah.
why, but we have a lot of different locations that rent the place to practice beach tennis and etc. And I tried once. It's very funny, actually, you know, but it looks like a beach sport, you know. I wouldn't do that in the middle of the city. I prefer to go to the beach and do that. I think it's like it's better. So tell me, Jesse, what about you? Have you ever tried or have you ever seen any different sports due to globalization?
Yes, I tried athletics.
Athleticism,
And
whoa.
yeah, and you talk about football, American football. When I was a teenager, we built a field for play football, American football, but we had only two games because the people hurt a lot, you know, and it's dangerous because we don't have the equipment for play,
Yes.
but it was funny. Yeah, that
Okay.
yeah, athleticism. I think I practiced 3 years when I was at school, but I don't follow. I know that I have some colleagues in the school that follow the sports, and nowadays they live in another countries like New Zealand for just for study and do athleticism, you know.
Whoa, very
film or
nice.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Oh, one other thing that became very popular here in the last years, I don't know if in your cities too, but it was MMA, like mixed martial arts, like fighting, like UFC and etc. So it became very popular here. We have a lot of different gyms, with this type of training. So I'd like to hear from you, Felipe. Would you try to practice a fighting sport like MMA or maybe box or jiu-jitsu, things like that?
Yes, when I was young, there is a stadium, sport stadium near my house,
Yes.
and there is this kind of exercise like uh, box and Thailand and box normal and gymnastica, Olympic gymnastica. It's very popular now, gymnasta,
Yes.
When I was young, I have done box.
Boxing.
Yes,
Nice. That's good. That's good.
because
And go ahead.
that's a good exercise to keep your measure your resistance. It's box is so hard to in a few time you get tired, exhaust in boxer
Yeah, yes, that's interesting.
because we
I'd
need to
like
jump
and
and
punch at the same
and
time,
punch.
yes.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. Looks interesting. I'd like to hear from you, Catherine. Have you ever tried, or would you like to try a fighting sport like this?
No,
Why not? Tell me.
I don't know. I just don't like because I think this kind of sport need to have a contact with the other body on the person body, and
Yes.
yeah, it's not to me. Just it's not to me. I don't like to switch. I think that.
Oh, sweat, yes.
Sweat, sorry. I don't like to sweat so much, so I think in this kind of sport, it's necessary to sweat. So yeah, it's not to me.
Okay, it's not for you. Okay, interesting. What about you, Jesse? Would you try a fighting sport? You have done a lot of different sports in your life. Tell me, have you ever tried something like that?
Uh, no, just box, but once. I don't remember one or two classes that I did in the past, but just for curiosity.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it, but I don't remember why I don't continue doing. But I don't remember if was the price or something like that. But I don't continue, and I don't know nothing about box.
Okay, okay. No, interesting. Okay, guys, let's go to the next question. I'm going to send that right here. Oh, it is one. Do you think that practice sports can help to improve the community, not just your life? For example, we have a lot of soccer players in Brazil, and a few of them are very successful. And then when they become successful, they create like a ONG in the place where they were born to help to create other athletes. So in this case, I see that it's very positive when the person become a pro athlete because she comes back or he comes back and try to do the same for their community. So tell me, what do you think about this, Catherine? Do you think that the sport is able to improve the community in general, or it's just something specific for that individual that is practicing that sport?
No, I think he can improve the society in general. Um, I think there is a lot of ways that you can improve your life. Like you can study, you can create a company, or you can become an athlete. So, but I think this last point is very difficult because it's difficult in the general. And when you have a person that the same reality that you, this person become a role model, you know.
Yes.
So I think that you can see you in other person. So yeah, and maybe you think, oh, it's not impossible. So yeah, I think it's good for the general.
Okay, very nice. I liked what said about the whole model, you know, because sometimes people think, oh, it's impossible to do that, or never do that. And then someone from your community goes and do that thing that you thought it was impossible, you know. So it's good to have someone to look up and say, oh, if he could do that, I can do that too, you know.
Yeah, and a good thing about sports, of course, you have some sports that is more common um in some in some parts of the society, you know, like rich
Yes.
people, like esgrima and all this stuff. But in the general, some common sports like soccer, volleyball, basketball is common in the general way. So a good thing is a good athletes can bring in a rich neighborhood or in a poor neighborhood. So yeah, just that.
Okay, nice. I see your point. Very nice. Let's hear from you, Jose. What about you? Do you think that sports can help the community to get better, to improve?
Yes, of course. I think the sports can be good for personal life, and if you have for example, if the people practice sports and they learn how work with groups, you know, this improve the society only because they learned that. And of course, if you have investment like the famous players invest or buy something for the community is good too. But I think the sports the best contribution of the sport for the community is sports can teach something that you can't learn without sports, you know, like
Yes.
uh, have discipline for continuing and working in group or something like that. I think it's very important.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Yes, and other thing that I would add to your answer, Jose, is that sports teach you to lose, you know, because sometimes we keep thinking like, oh, I'm going to win, win, win. And in sports, sometimes you lose, you know. You train a lot, but it's still you lose. So you learned how to deal with these situations.
Yes, yes, and sometimes it's very hard, especially if you play with a team, you know, because if you play alone, like tennis or esgrima, that Catherine said, is if you lost is because you play bad, you know. But in a group is different. The group needs to play well for the team win.
Yes. Exactly. And it's all about that, you know, like it doesn't matter if you are the best, if your team is the worst, if your team is the worst, you know, we need to reach equilibrium. And let's go with you, Felipe. What about you? What do you think that sports can bring to the community? Can they help to improve, like to grow? Tell me.
Yeah. We are know the Brazil is have
It's a
a
little bit low, your mic.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, now yes, go ahead.
Uh, the Brazil it's a high level of criminality, you know, mainly in uh, and parts of the cities. And in this sport, it's responsible to bring the mainly the children, the adolescents to how can I say go away to the criminality. You know, it's a way to improve the quality of the uh, decrease the criminality in the society. You know, I think the
Yes.
sport is a way to decrease the number of the criminality in the city. And in the past, I saw many fields, the but now it's disappeared, no man. I don't have so many campo de futebol. How can I say football fields?
Football pitch. I'm
Football
going to
pitch.
type here. Yes.
Now I saw in if you pay, if you pay a
Oh,
space,
yes, you need to rent. Yeah, that's
you need
true.
to rent the place. But in the past, we have more free space to play football. It's strange, but it's a reality in Recife, for example. And how can I say this sport is a way to decrease the criminality in a society.
Okay.
Invest
Yes.
more in sports, not only football, but in other sports as well.
Yes, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And when you said, I started thinking about it because in other time it was very popular to go in a neighborhood and there was a football pitch, you know.
Mhm.
Nowadays it's much harder to have that, you know. I think that we don't have space for this, you know.
Uh,
So, okay. Oh, Katarina is going to need to leave. Go ahead, Katarina. Have a good immersion. Okay. Good evening.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys. Good night.
bye bye, bye bye, good night.
Okay, very nice. Guys, let's go to the next question. I'm going to skip because our time is almost up. So I'm going to try to question number 9. So I'm going to start with you, Jason. I don't know if you have kids, but do you think it's important to have esports in school, for example? Because I remember when I had physical education at school, and it was kind of we didn't have a lot of things to do, you know, Philip. So tell me, how do you see this relation of sports in college and schools for you?
For me, okay,
Yes,
just
yes.
go ahead. It's so important. And when I when I was young in my uh, high school, I had two physical class during the week. It's important
Yes.
to sport is responsible for you can uh, be more concentrate and help to relationship with your colleagues. The sport is responsible for that. We can learn a lot, mainly in sport is in group of the people, in a team, a team.
Yes.
You
It's very
learning
important.
to help each other, to win or lose. That's it. It's sport in high school. It's so important. The United States invest a lot in it in the
Yes.
college. Because of that, we see in the Olympics games, the
Yes, they win everything. Yeah.
because the USA invest, not USA, but China invest in school, in the children, in the adolescents, to teenagers, to in sport.
Okay. Nice, nice, man. So, Philip, unfortunately, we're getting to the end of this immersion, you know. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Me
But
too.
but before we go, I'd like to hear how was the immersion for you? How was the conversation, the topic? Did you like the questions with the guys? How was it for you?
Yeah, I think it was a good conversation. I was not prepared to the questions because in the planner there are other questions,
Yes,
with,
I saw
with
that.
different questions. Because when I'm going to the immersion, I saw the questions before to prepare, but
Yes.
it's no, was different. But sporty, it's a subject that is good to discuss. I like so much this kind of conversation.
Yes, man. But it's good to come to immersion and have a different topic, you know, because there you can practice your freestyle English, you know, you need to adapt to the situation. So I think
Yeah.
it's nice.
Okay.
And before we go, Felipe, I'm going to send here on our chat a link. This
Okay.
link is our survey, but if you can share topics you would like to talk about, you know, if there is a specific topic you would like to talk about, you would like to have some conversation, please share your opinion in this link, all right? So it's going to be really important to improve our meetings, okay? So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for participating. I really enjoyed the conversation.